Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Sharon, I hope you're being safe and you can watch the replay later. Good morning, Carol Coleman and DB and Kelly. Hello, Kelly. She's in the bushes and can't say hey to everyone right now. Okay, that's great. So today I'm going to be making some they're bookmark corners, and they are so fun. I haven't finished one of them yet because I just did a whole batch. I did I think 20. But hey, Picture Me Crafting. Hello, Kristen. Thank you all for coming in. Anyway, so I'm just about done stitching out one of them. But so what you need for this project is um, you need 3 4-inch squares, and and I have Kristen to thank for coming up with making the template out of chipboard. I've been making them. Hi, Laura. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Oreo Mouse, Dollhouse, and Demps. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Is that, yep, Smurf Creations. I see up there. Um, anyway, I've been cutting out the templates out of just cardboard, like cereal boxes and stuff like that. Hi, Louise. And they get ratty after a while. And Kristen says, "Oh, I cut mine out of chipboard," and I was like, "I got chipboard," and I don't think Cricut sells it anymore because I don't see it on their website anymore. But this is what I have, and so you get five different ones, and so of course I always buy 2 packs of everything. And after I made all my templates, this is what I have left out of one piece. So it goes a long way. So you'll need to make, this is a 4-inch square. And so make 2 of the body pieces and then one of what's going to be your corner piece. And or you can make them all the same, or you can make them all 3 pieces different. It's just whatever you have, and this is wonderful for scraps. And my I had finished off using mine, and this is all I have left. But you know what? This is still a good scrap for, it doesn't work for this project, but for my next project that I have, it works perfect for it. And so that's the 4x4. You need 3 of those. And then my, oh, and I had my Cricut, right. Now this was gel ink, so of course it came off um, on my fingers. But anyway, so that's that. And then the first time I cut the 4-inch square, it was not on the mat correctly because you have to give room and then you have to tape it down on the thing. So it cut it off short, which is fine because for the batting, you want it at least 3 5/8. You want it to be smaller than your square. So that was perfect. And then out of my scrap chipboard, I went ahead and made the corner piece and to measure that. And so so you need 2 pieces of this batting, square pieces of the batting, and then a corner. And the batting that I'm using is not batting, it's fusible interfacing. And so the fusible interfacing that I'm using is the Pellon Craft Fuse. The one that one person had suggested was the Heat and Bond Heavy something another. Anyway, they clearance that out, so it's not available anymore, at least in Walmart. And but this is good, and I really like this. I cut a whole bunch of it out because this is it's such a great project. Oh, so this is actually a dress. Some of you know why I have to wear. I had a little procedure. Well, not a little procedure. It was kind of a big deal. A little surgery on my back for my skin cancer, and so the way that the bandaging is, I can't wear pants right now. So wearing a dress, and this is actually Eve's design. It's in her. It's in her website in the shop. So um, so the first thing that I did was cut out all of the fabric pieces, and then I cut out the interfacing, the fusible interfacing, and then I got some of these done as far as like putting them together, but then I have some that I'm still going to do for you, but which I'll do now. I'll set this aside. Um, one gal who makes things and sells things. Hi, 755. She had broke it all down as far as like pricing goes. And of course, this was in Hats on a Mission. Thank you for coming in. Um, of course, it was 2021, but I think it's still a good price. And I thank her for figuring it all out. And so she had figured out her cost was per bookmark was 350. So she says, oh, it's like I don't like dealing with change, so she's going to sell them for three for $10, which I think is good. And I don't want to reconfigure it for today's market. um I'm happy with that. And so, oh, sorry, I meant to do this. Oh, I have to turn my, so I'm using the Cricut mini press, and I'm going to use it all the way up at the top. The Pellon instructions say to put it on the wool setting and use steam, but I don't feel the need for this particular project, so I'm just putting it up there. I'm just putting it up to the highest one. Kristen, yes. So you're going to cut 3 of the 4-inch squares. One of those squares, so one is going to be your body for the front and the back, and then the other one is going to be your corner. And you still need the whole square. You're going to fold that in half. Then you need a slightly smaller, correct, three of those infusible, I mean, not infusible, the fusible interfacing, and then one of those squares you're going to be cutting in half. So you'll use one of those for 2 projects. And that's it. So you would need like a rotary and your template. I don't use a rotary. I'm not not I'm not comfortable with using that with the arthritis in my hands. I don't need to lose grip and run it over my hand. So I just mark it and use scissors and stay safe that way. Um, and then thread, sewing machine, um, and something to turn it. So my heat press. Thank you, 755. So my heat press is on now. So I'm taking my triangle and then I folded it and I did press that, and then I'm going to put this square piece, I mean this piece up into there, up to that fold, and getting it even at the edges. And you want to make sure that the shiny side is down because that's where the glue is. And then just press. I'm used to ironing, but you just press. And then your other pieces, you want to I need to just this I had to wash because it had sticky from the other from this label. So I just can't get those wrinkles out. So anyway, so then you put your pieces on here and center it because I hand cut it. It's not very accurate, but it is as far as like the size. But it is just fine for I was gonna say like we always say, good enough or close enough for government work. But we're not military anymore. Active military, I should say. But and then you just press that on there. And these, for those that know how to batch sew, oh, you could just get this all just, all connected and stuff like that and be done in no time at all. And they make really nice little gifts and stuff. So then there's my two pieces. And then what I am going to do is like give this a top stitch. And then you would put it in here. So this is going to be, you want this to be up, right side up. And you're going to attach that. And then this is going to be, because this is the aqua, I want more of the aqua showing. So I'm turning this. And then here's a lot of aqua here. So I'm going to lay that. And so you sandwich it just like this. So you have right side up. This is your front. I want to make this one my front. Yes, I get like this. So this is going to be my front. That's how it's going to look when it's finished. Then this is going to be my back. So that is going face down. And that's your sandwich. So then you'll clip it. I don't have those cute little lightweight clips, but I have these. So here's my corner. So I want my opening to be down here where I'm going to be turning. So we're going to clip there. And we're going to clip here. And then I'm going to just mark like 1 inch away from the edge. And that's where I'm going to start here. So around and stop here and then turn it inside out. So that's where I'm at right now with this one. Is I've sewn here and around and here, and now I'm coming on down. Hi, Patrice. Welcome in. This little petal on this tile floor just slides all over the place. All right, so. And you don't need an expensive machine. This is just a Janome. It was under $100 back in 2020. Trying to make sure needle is all the way up. And yes, I'm using my ice cream koozie as my scrap. So I didn't have to keep bending down on to the wastebasket. It's on the floor. Hi, D. Smith. So then you're going to want to clip your corners. Being careful not to get into your seam. And then also trim down your seams here. So I like this time slot. This is the second time that I'm here on a Wednesday afternoon, or well, actually it's before noon. Hi, Nikki. Before noon for me. And so I'm going to claim this spot. So now I have this opening, and I'm going to turn. I need my iron back on. So I'm going to turn that. Having arthritis in the thumbs is not fun at all. Um, so I use the stylus um, to poke out my corners. Um, this is Hi, Stephanie. Welcome in. I'm making I'm just about done with this one. I'm making corner bookmarks. You need 3 4-inch square fabrics. I use 2 of the same and then 1 of a coordinating fabric, complementary fabric, and then some fusible interfacing that's just a little bit smaller than the 4-inch square. Great way to use up scraps. Oh, that's what's going on. I don't have that out at all. Hi, Lucille. So it's I said the girl, she's selling hers 3 for $10, and that was 2021, but I haven't configured it what it would be for 2025, but I think it's a good price. And then I'd package it like how you would package car coasters. They're great to like include in thank yous or just something, but it's like everyone's losing a bookmark, so it's good to have more than one. So then Sorry, I just don't see my corner here. So then I'm going to take this and fold it in. I would probably, I did 3 5/8 for the interfacing. I would probably go 3 3/4 because that's why I'm having trouble turning this, because the interfacing is not giving me enough room to fold that in. Okay, let me try this. No, that's better. It was not looking so square, which, that's the part that's behind the page, but still, if you're selling them or giving them to somebody, you want a nice looking product. It looks good. Let me pull this out some more. It's hot. Stephanie, did you get the measurements? Okay, we're just going to be a little swirly right there. Gives it a bell bottom look. And then you would just do a top stitch all around. Hi, Marlies. Welcome in. It's nice. So what I would do, I mean, this is nice, but I would do a smaller top stitch so it fits closer on the thing. Silent. So, oh, you know what? It's not bad, but it's 7:55. I have noise cancellation on my computer or my laptop, and so that's why when I was clacking my fan, nobody could hear my fan, and I didn't know that. And I kept apologizing for the noise of my sewing machine, but when I watched the replay, I'm like, oh, they didn't even hear it. So I like that. And then so uh, go ahead. Do some more. I have it's my corner piece. Oops. So you want two pieces. I'm doing two pieces of the same, and then thank you, Dee, and then another contrasting piece or complementary piece. So then you put your batting, I mean your interfacing. It's been a long time since I sewed with interfacing. I used to have a dressmaking business, and that was Chicago. And then you press it. Thank you, Oreo. But this is fun getting back into sewing. It's nice and relaxing. Um, well, this kind is. And oh, and then the triangle, you have your fold. Make sure the shiny side of the interfacing goes down. So you put that in up against the fold and then get the edges kind of centered there. Get your little sandwich. So we want, whew, I thought I did it on the incorrect side. All right, so this is going to be my front piece. So I want the teal and turquoise to show there. And then this is the back piece. So that's how that one's going to go. So then you can just get these all ready, stack them up, and then you can just stitch them all out. Here's some cherries. With the green polka dot. I love bringing out the green in the leaves. Yes, I did the hearts. So what this one has, oh, I did with the teal, and then I also have with the red, pink, there are no two, I'm using the same fabrics, but no two combinations are the same. You want to make sure that it sticks. I was kind of going too fast there, so I'll just put more pressure. With the heat and bond we use for the patches, you don't use that much, otherwise it just destroys the glue in the back. So to learn different things, the shiny side down in the crease. That one's ready. Let me show you some other ones I have. So then I also did let me get these. So I did the polka dot with the cherries in the corner. These already have the backing on. So then I also did cherries with the burgundy corner. Here's hearts with the aqua polka dots. Oh, that's going to have a nice big heart in the back of it. That's nice. And then here's the hearts with the pink red. Let's go. Let's go that way. And then my first favorite, now I have many favorites, but the teal purple swirl, and then have this one. Then the aqua polka dots with that. Yes, I'm thinking so too. Hi, up to designs. I think that that would be, Kristen, that would be easier for turning, but So I would make sure that if you're only going to put interfacing on one, that you make that the back piece, because that just seems like it would be stronger. I don't know. When you try it, let me know. Because I've already, oh, I have some that I still have to, don't have interfacing on the back. So I have those already. These, how many do I have? You know what? I can try that. So then I have this fabric. That's what my so I made the ice cream thing out of. So I have some here that don't have the interfacing on yet. I'll try that. Whew. Okay. And actually, I'm sitting here putting these all to sandwich together, and I didn't top stitch this. You probably don't need to top stitch it. I just think it gives it a better finishing touch. So, okay, these, I'm going to put these aside. And try. I don't know. It's really thin. I'll see. I'll try it out for you. I appreciate you, Oria. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, DB, that it won't be as crisp because the fabric it's pretty flimsy. Let me get this. Yeah, if it was a thicker fabric, you might need to just do one layer. This is 100% cotton, um, fat quarters. Hi, JB. Okay, you're gonna guinea pig it. Because it would be, yeah, yeah, it seems to be too flimsy. Felt for the back piece, that might be nice too. cut. Okay, I'm going to take a break from that and do some more sewing. I spill in the diversity. Okay, I'm going to try and do this machine. It just doesn't have any markings. So, but I do know I don't want to. That's why I have this tape on here to mark my. I think that's a 3/8 that I marked. Okay, get in there. Now, if I was batch sewing this, I would do all these triangles all at the same time, and it'll be all a chain. Oh, my mind. So you make your sandwich. This is the front part, and then you put your corner piece up on top. Then this is the back piece, and it goes over it. So that's your sandwich. Then I'm going to leave a space for turning. You start at your first mark. Ah, Okay, spelling diversity. Thank you for coming in for part of your lunch. My thread broke. And what y'all witnessed is the fastest I've ever threaded this machine. Phew. God is good all the time. All right. Hey, Baker McFake, how you doing? Oh my goodness, that broke the. This didn't sew at all. Okay, we're okay. We get to start from beginning and not have any weird threads in the middle of it. Are you on your lunch break? Well, thank you for having your lunch break with us. I'll be live again tomorrow night, live at 5 Central Time. Hi, Belda. You're in Austin, Texas. I'm in South Texas. I have a sister-in-law that's up in Austin. Hey. Oh, you're from the Rio Grande Valley. I'm in Edinburgh. Oh, okay, so this is a very good beginning sewing project, and it's it's easy to do. Um, from Mercedes. I don't know where Mercedes is. Is that more towards Brownsville? So I'm clipping my corners and then trimming my edges. Forget what I said about the interfacing. Oh, what? Oh, okay. You're further south. Um, I said I would make the interfacing shorter, but then it's like I'm trimming this, and that's why my interfacing is shorter. I mean, anyway. Is it too early to say it's been a week? Been a week already. All right, so now I'm getting ready to turn this in. Be sure to leave the seam area larger. Yeah, that's what I did this time. I didn't do it the last time. Thank you, Kristen. Got my back for me, that's for sure. All right, 4 inches. Oh, we're making corner corner pocket bookmarks. So this would you would just slip this in on the corner of your page to make to um, hold your page that you're reading on. And I seen one gal, she had several of them because it was her sewing idea book, and so she had a bunch of them in there to mark um, her ideas that she wanted to work on. I'm trying to learn how to make the hanging kitchen washcloths. Huh. Kristen, do you know about that project? You thought it was a wine steam hold for ready. I thought it was a wine steam hold. You're ready for the weekend. I'm sorry, I don't drink, so I don't know what a wine steam hold is. Mm, wine stem holder? Oh, you're asking about hanging kitchen. I'll look that up. That might be something we want to do. Kristen, you're going to come live with me? I'm kidding. So you can use anything to bring out your corners. Oh, I actually have a bone folder too that um, let me try that. You just don't want to use anything sharp because you don't want to poke through the holes. Um, and I think I like this better. So let's see. Wine stem holder. Okay. I can figure out why you would want to steam wine, but yeah, if you use talk to text, it's always it well, I was going to say it's always hilarious what it comes up with, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's very bad. My brother always does um talk to text, and all my brothers, they're tall and they have a really deep voice, and it's tones that I can't, my hearing doesn't pick up. And so anyway, his talk to text always comes up with some weird things. I'm like, check what you just text me. I don't think you really meant to say that. Oh, was that Michael? Hey, Miss Becky. Welcome in. We're doing your favorite thing, sewing. Well, Kristen, you did good with that, with the Leonardo, making a template from Leonardo. Well, you do, Miss Becky, you do make projects that would otherwise be a sewing project, but you have done it where it's a no sew. So that's pretty cool. I'm like, no sewing? A zipper pouch. I put zippers in clothing. I haven't put it in purses or anything. Um, so that's something in my future. Hi, Robiness. Thank you for coming in. Ah, that's easier. Gets a little grip on the. Where's Shay Shay at? Using pink. Nope, there's no need to have a magnet. This just slips right on the corner. It just slips right on your page. But that is a good idea because this is the scraps I have left, and you could do the magnet bookmarkers with these because it's just making like a rectangle thing, and you put the magnet in there, and then those would be good too. Those you can actually make out of cardboard. You can print. Um, you can print pictures or sayings, just, what is it called? Whatever. You just print it out on like cardstock, and then you can laminate it or something, and use the magnets in it. But those make nice teacher gifts, make it, put like three in a package, and give them to the teacher. Okay, now this is just. All right. I think I'm going to sew it this way because I got this edge is a little small. Well, these first ones are definitely going to be mine because I'm still there. Okay, that's better. Find that petal. You can use the rectangle. What size do you have? If you do rectangles, you could do the long ones. You can get a magnet sheet and cut them. Hi, all things Sean. Is up going back to lunch or going back to work? Have a good day, Laverne. That's pretty. Definitely improving. Okay, so we have 4-inch squares with interfacing on the backs. A 3-inch square folded in half, interfacing in the center. I'm going to top stitch it. Then we're going to put this triangle back in this there, and this is the sandwich. Oh, I'm going to mark that. Laura, when do you get to go see the baby again? Oh, Your granddaughter's birthday's tomorrow? Your granddaughter that's here? Oh, yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. Ugh. We don't have any more birthdays in our family until July. Then we have 2, 3, 4. Today's my sister-in-law's birthday. Oops. Hey, try this. Oh, all right, Laura, I'm confused. So your daughter has one son and 2 daughters, 2 girls. I thought she had 2 boys and a girl. Sean, have you made any more fans since you got that 100 order done? Whoa. I'm going to do this one later. The seam was too close and I'll do that one later. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you're halfway done with it. Awesome. At least you can count on your family for uh helping you finish up the packaging and stuff. I'm sure my family would help too. They're just not in the same house as I am. To pull a midnight packing session. Okay, almost. So we want right side of the front up, put the corner in the corner, the wedge. Turn this over. Hi, Niall. Welcome in. Making, oops, I want that one. Making corner bookmarks. They slip onto the corner of your page. Okay, clip the corners, not too close. Definitely been a while since I've done a lot of this turning stuff. Just wanted to say hello. We'll be listening while I work. Okay, now. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. I have another one that needs to be a redo. So Might be time just to go back to pressing some stuff. Okay. So 4-inch square fabric, then 3 5/8 fusible interfacing. And then this is a 4-inch square just folded in half. And this is a 4-inch square cut in half. Stick it in the fold. Press it. So that'll be the sandwich. So I'm getting these all ready for sewing. Just have to take a break from sewing them together because I messed up 2 in a row. So this one I did use this fabric and this one already, but this one I pulled in more of the darker colors, and this one I'm in the lighter colors with the pink in there. So they are still different. I've made 20 and did different combinations, so none of them are the same. So that was just that was just my little game I was playing at midnight preparation. That's when I had my sewing business. That's how I did it. I was also teaching school at the time, so I taught kindergarten. So while my kids were still in school, I had the afternoon to myself, and then I would prep everything, and I would spend a day getting um, getting things cut. Then, because I did hand embroidery on them, and then just a minute. Okay, we have made it to Dumas Mark, so I can watch a little bit while we get back on the road. Okay, Sharon, thank you for spending your little break. Um, so I would get everything prepped, like spend a day cutting, and then the kids would be out, and then it was family time, and then nighttime because I grew up without a TV. I don't watch TV. My husband liked to watch TV and he demanded everybody sit down and watch TV with him. So I'd have my basket of the things. I made dolls and I hand embroidered their eyes and their mouth and made their little noses and then I made the wigs and hand stitched those, triple hand stitched them to the doll's head because these were going to babies, and um, they would oh, here it is, carry their doll around by the hair, of course. And so anyway, but it was quite interesting. That was I lived up in the country in California, and um, everybody was helping that business evolve because then they would want dolls to match their babies, their toddlers' features, like dimples and different eye colors and stuff. So it was quite fun. Because in Chicago, I made designer dresses, and then when I moved to Colorado, then it's all country stuff. So then I got into drapery, making drapes, which was not fun for me anyway. And then when I moved to California, then got into making the dolls. Well, actually, I was making the dolls in Colorado too. My cousin does she's her and her husband did a poultry business, so she hooked me up with her her people, and then they would give me the sample books, which normally they don't, but they would charge a rental fee for the books, and they didn't charge me because she's established. So that was a good, you know, you can be rich in money, or you can be rich in connections. And connections are a better kind of rich when you're doing your own business, having those connections is super helpful. Speaking of connections, so my family's back, and I went to dinner Sunday. And on my way home from dinner, I was trying to get home to watch Eve's Shiny Side Down. Um, but there was, like, when I left, there was a trailer with um, a truck with a horse trailer parked in the field across from the oil changing place. And I thought, oh, that's kind of odd. And then when I got home, is this story time? Yes. um, so then when I got home, there was more trucks with horse trailers in the field, and then there was cars all along the side. I'm like, what is going on in my neighborhood? And I looked to the right, and it was a craft fair. And I'm like, wow, in my neighborhood? That's awesome. So of course I had to go in there, and so got to check it out. So that vendor charges $40 for a booth. They do it at night um, because it's so hot here during the day. And the so I got to meet people, and what I was doing was networking because I can't do events like that. It's hard enough for me to even be at one to be there because I can't stand for long, and I definitely can't be in the heat that long. So, but anyway, did find some people with crafts that I'm familiar with, and so I got a local person for DTF, and got a local shirt vendor. So, because my son, I want to make his business shirts. So I needed to find that out. Now, as far as like the UV DTF, I think it is, whatever it is, what they put on those glass, like the glass beer can things. Um, that that gal is local, but she sends out for her thing. So there isn't anyone yet that I found where I can just drive to their store and pick up. So this one looks like it's gonna go good with my planner, my blue. Oh yeah. Pull up your seat. Story time. Cute. Yep, I'm got some years behind me. Got lots of stories. But anyway, so it turns out, as you probably all figured out already, if you've been to any craft fairs, those weren't horse trailers. I mean, that's not what they were being used for. They were being used to haul the tables and the crafts. So this particular one was actually a craft one. The ones that I go to, like at the library and I used to, and then over by my family's house, that's put on by a realtor. That one I really want to get into, except they did change the time. They're making it later now because it's just too hot. But they provide the Easy Up, which I have my own, but um, it'd be nice that if it's already up. And then also, so they have the spots all set up with the Easy Ups, and so that's your designated spot, and it's free. The problem is that it's a farmer's market. The rule is it has to be grown in the valley, and um, they let very crafters can um, fill out an application and sign up for it. They may or may not let you in. Um, and the bread lady, she told me, she says, "Oh, just bring your stuff." And because it was a drizzly day, I went there for the tamales. Um, I was I was meeting my tamale dealer there, and but anyway, so that's why I went out in the rain. But so the bread lady says, she says, "Oh, just bring your stuff, and see, like on days like this, some people don't show up, and then you can just unload your stuff." And the uh, the owners, the ones that are putting on the event, they don't come by, so they can't check and see if there's an imposter or something. But anyway, it just got difficult for me to be out there. I get heat exhaustion, and then I'm alone, so um it it wouldn't, you know, you got to have somebody with you. You got to have somebody with you so that you can get a bathroom break, or if you're busy with a customer stuff. But anyway, I did when I could when I could do it, I did love doing that. Um because I love the interaction with people. Uh, find my slipper. Yes, tamales, tamales. So my daughter-in-law made lasagna Sunday, and then she asked if I wanted to take some home, and I said I will never turn down lasagna or tamales. So anyway, um, I think that's all I'm gonna do live. Um, because I need to get something to eat. Um, and I started messing up. I started cutting too close, and so I would get turned in. But I do love these. I do love these. And like I said, I do love this sign. And so I'm claiming it as mine. Oh, this one, because I did this top like that. It looks very neat, but it doesn't give you very much room for your corner of your book. Um, whereas this one I did the edge, and so there's more room there. Um, but I do love these, and so now these are all prepped. I have I have a total of 20, and so these are all prepped, and I just lost that one, and I just need to top stitch on the corners, and then I can just whip all the rest of these out. Thank you, Oreo. So I will be live again tomorrow night. Uh, Two-thirds of the Patch Hat crew are not available for the show tomorrow, so I will be doing another solo. Um, and I have a really, for all you hippies out there, I have a I have a really neat design that I'm going to be blinging out, um, and I've had it ready, but had other things to do for the business, and so now it's time to make something for me, which will go in my shop too. But yes, I do love these, and it's so easy, and just 4-inch squares and interfacing, and you can make them. So anyway, okay, 7:55. 7:55. Are you going on live tonight? It's Wednesday. All right. So everybody have a nice day today, and we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't, please hit the like button. Thank you, Miss JB. 7:55. All righty. Um, we'll see you at 7:55. And that's why I did 45, because live at 7:45 kind of rhymes. Live 5. Anyway, hey, Miss Becky. So, all right, that's it. And thank you for coming in. Please hit the uh, like button if you haven't already, and we will see you in the YouTube streets. Bye.